I am live. How wonderful is that? Peace and love to each and every one of you all. This is Anna Renee, and I'm calling from this channel here, which is the Ascensionaire Club channel. People, blessings to each and every one of you all. We got company downstairs, so you're going to hear voices, and it's just the real. It's what goes on here in this space. I'm not living in a bubble over here, I'm living with other people. And to be truthful about it, I like hearing the voices in the background. So don't let it bother you, okay? My people, today I want to continue with that astrology, the rising and the setting signs. It's so freaking good as it has been set down by this particular astrologer, Lynn Birkbeck. And I believe he's probably Australian or something like that, just based on where the book was published and good things like that. Those Australians were really good when it came to astrology. Anyway, and this is relationship astrology. Teaches you how to relate with others, your lover, your friends, your family, and all that good stuff like that. And so this one we're talking about rising and setting signs and relate with yourself as well. That's the most important one. And what the opposite sign from your sign can teach you. And what you can teach somebody who's opposite from you. So it's back and forth. It is reciprocal what we can teach each other. You know, we all need each other. No man is an island. Nothing better has ever been stated. Nothing more true. We need each other, okay? We inform each other. You can never expect to be in relationship with somebody and they don't get to relate, okay? If they don't get to speak, if they don't get to give their opinions, if they can't share their thoughts on the matter, if they can't complain, if they can't give their ideas on the topic, then there's no relationship there. Keep that in mind when we relate, okay? So that means you got to open up and share. You got to give and take. And that's what's so beautiful about these opposing signs, okay? The 180-degree opposite signs. It teaches you how to just be more open in your relationships, how to be more flowing based on you being a better you, tapping into all of that. Because, as has been stated many, many times before, we are the entire astrological wheel. When I keep saying that, I mean we are every sign. Like Shaka Khan said she was every woman. I'm every woman. It's all in me. She was not saying nothing but a word. All right. We are all of these things. So why not, if you're a Gemini rising, tap into your Sag energy as well, especially in the time of Sag, which is where we are right now. My birthday is coming up. What's today? The 17th. In 4 days, I'll be having a birthday. I've already told you guys, I've told you many, many times how old I am. I think I'm going to stop doing that because a lady's not supposed to just give away her age like that. I'm a lady. All right, my people. So let us dive into this. I'm now at Gemini rising and Sagittarius setting. All right. It's so beautiful. I'm blessed because, as I've said a million times, I've got to interact with this energy because my mother is a Gemini. So we were the ones who were just that side eye, but that positive side eye kind of deal. That, oh, I see you kind of side eye. Okay, yeah, kind of deal. And so I got the opportunity to deal with my 180-degree opposite with having a mom that is a Gemini. And she got to deal with having a child 100-degree, 80 opposite from her. It was interesting to say the least, but fun. All right, my people, Gemini rising, the self And this is the way this author breaks it down. The rising side is the self, and the setting side is the other. The other meaning somebody in your life or your dark side, so to speak. The dark side, you know how we go hard when it comes to that dark side thing. All right. But anyway, the self is the inquirer, Gemini rising. The inquirer or the dabbler, and the Sagittarius setting is the teacher or the preacher. That preacher is supposed to be something negative? I don't see it that way. The teacher or the preacher, of course, being a Sag, I'm going to have blind spots. You know how that is. Yeah, teacher and preachers. Shh, what are you saying but a word? Okay, that works for me. I don't know. Is that negative? The preacher? Anyway, my people, I'm just playing. Okay. The interaction. You approach life in the spirit of inquiry, Gemini rising, like the eternal student. You love making connections between one thing and another without necessarily having to feel any sense of where it all is heading or what it all means. You are also a keen maker of contacts, priding yourself on being acquainted with all types of individual and scene. You got it going on, Gemini rising. Not surprisingly, you are equipped with quick wits and word power. I can relate to that. I like that. Quite what all this amounts to, that is, who is doing all this talking, thinking, and inquiring, can be very elusive. This author, he's good. He like to knock you off your high horse right off the bat. He's very similar to that other astrological author that I did, uh, Ruben Shamrani, with that book, Ancient Astrological Secrets of the Jews Revealed. Do I still have that book? Probably falling apart. There it is. Let me just get it because I just feel like it. I like keeping my books close at hand. I love this book. It is falling apart. It was freaking old when I got it. Oh, I bought this book 10 years ago. Walden Pond Books, 11/25, 2012 when I bought it. I like marking my books like that so I can know when I bought them. So this book is 10 years old and it was 50 years old when I bought it. So now it's 60-year-old book. It's hanging in there. I put some glue and tape and all kind of goodies on it. If I can get another copy, that would be so cool. Check out my uploads for this book, Ancient Astrological Secrets of the Jews Revealed, right here at this channel. The What's the name of this channel? The Ascensionaires Club channel. Okay, I uploaded it maybe 7 years ago or so. Very, very popular. Some of the most popular stuff on this channel, especially Scorpio. That was a highly popular version. It was really good. I was singing on that one, singing the song The Planets of Life by the Whispers. But anyway, let me start over since I went so far off. The interaction between the Gemini rising and the Sagittarius setting, the self being the inquirer or the dabbler, the other being the teacher or the preacher. You approach life in the spirit of inquiries, and that's the Gemini rising, like the eternal student. You love making connections between one thing and another without necessarily having to feel any sense of where it all is heading or what it all means. You are also a keen maker of contacts, priding yourself on being acquainted with all types of individual and scene. Not surprisingly, you are equipped with quick wits and word power. Quite what all this amounts to, that is, who is doing all this talking, thinking, and inquiring, can be very elusive. And so you attract an other intent on teaching you to become some kind of a comprehensive whole. Okay. All right. Because of this, other can organize you into an entity of more meaning and emotional integrity if you let them. However, this can make you feel preached at, and you may wriggle even more in order to remain the free agent you identify with being, even chopping and changing identities to facilitate this. Hmm. Sagittarius shadow is trying to hook Gemini. I I can't imagine that. The shadow is equal to superiority. Okay, your friendliness and conversational ease gives the lie to the fact that behind such affability there languishes a quite aloof and even supercilious being. Quite aloof and supercilious, huh? What I mean, I gotta know what that means. Supercilious definition: behaving or looking as though one thinks one is superior to others. A supercilious lady's maid. Arrogant, haughty. They can't possibly be talking about me. That's the Gemini part. Okay. Your friendliness and conversational ease give the lie to the fact that behind such affability there languishes a quite aloof and even supercilious being. It is as if there is a dimension to your personality that you feel is apart from the world, that no one can ever reach or understand. But because this is your shadow and as such is denied, you wind up feeling there is a part of you that you must keep out of sight. And so you use your agile tongue and wit to throw other off the scent. The baby is down there kicking the walls again. He's not a baby anymore, really. He's 5 years old almost. And so they let him kick the walls. It's kind of crazy, but it is what it is. That's what you hear. All right. Okay. If you accepted your shadow, you would find that it is not so much superiority, but more a sense of your higher self looking out for you in spite of the lower self. The style of relationship, okay? You love a relationship that feels as if it is going somewhere. The trouble is, with your dilettante like nature, you will interpret this quite literally as going on a trip or traveling abroad with someone. Really, this means that your relationship has to amount to something in a philosophical or even religious sense, like a moral statement. It is as if the relationship is a hair clasp that holds together all the disparate strands of your mercurial temperament. Without understanding or accepting this style, you had better resign yourself to a series of inconsequential affairs posing as a love life, the sum being less than the total of the parts. The sum being less than the total of the parts. Oh God. Woo! Gemini, y'all gotta do better, as we say in the black community. Do better. Now, when Gemini is alone, okay, you will, apart from anything else, have your alter ego for company. And this is the clue as to why you are alone. They're doing some work next door. I ain't answering no door. So where was I? Where did I leave off? Let's start again. When alone, Gemini rising, you will, apart from anything else, have your alter ego for company. And this is the clue as to why you are alone. You are disinclined to allow an other to see the side of your nature, which is the dark twin. That is the one whom you assume would not be accepted by other. Okay. You may know in your heart what characterizes this dark twin, and it could be described somewhere in these pages under the influence of some planet. But whatever it is like, let it out so that it might grow to be seen, known, loved, and transformed. Mercury is your ruling planet, and Jupiter is the other's ruling planet. And so, of course, I'm going to do the opposite. Sagittarius rising and Gemini, yes, Gemini setting. Okay, let's do that. So, self is the teacher or preacher, and other is the inquirer or dabbler. So, the interaction is such: like the superior being that you are inclined to present yourself as, you express yourself with a larger than life sense of confidence and apparent self assurance. This attracts other who, as the eternal gatherer of pieces of information, is impressed by your seemingly broad and effortless grasp of all manner of things. Okay. Others sees your persona as a role model for how to give off a cosmopolitan air that makes them look as knowledgeable as they potentially or actually are. However, should other become aware that behind any particular facet of your self advertisement, there is no product to live up to it. Why do they keep saying that about Sagittarius? There's no product. What is that about? All right. I don't get it. I don't feel that way about myself. Anyway, then a kind of intellectual scorn towards what is seen as smugness or pretentiousness on your part can color their idea of you. Conversely, others' array of endless but unrelated bites of information, which is simply diversity, is helpful to you just as long as it doesn't annoy you. Hmm, okay. Shadow. Sagittarius rising shadow. The shadow is equal to inferiority. Woo, okay. What can really bug you about other is a certain down market, irrelevant or inept quality with a worrisome nature to match. But this is actually a reflection of your fear of being provincial or in doubt. Remind yourself that such inferiority quotes is an example to you of the common touch and concerns that would greatly complement, even complete your talent for seeing the bigger picture. Being honest about your doubts will put other at their ease, and consequently, they will feel more confident in themselves. So if I admit my doubts, then other will feel more confident because they will be able to admit their doubts as well. Okay. I do admit my weaknesses. I don't understand what this is talking about. Yeah. Style of relationship. Okay. Variety and not getting too tied down are important to you. Okay. But so too is having the commitment to a lasting relationship. This contradiction is symbolized by having dualistic Gemini on your descendant, Sagittarius rising. The resolution to this dilemma is to accept the fact that you lead a two-tone lifestyle and hope that other will love you for the adventurous and exciting being that you are. Having more than one partner would be stretching things a bit, but if such is the case, it would mean that you found it hard to be honest and share all of your light and shade with just one other. Okay. Then again, it could fall to your partner to act out any suppressed duplicity or lack of commitment on your part. Woo, so this opposite stuff really tells you a lot. Now, when you're alone, Saggy, okay, here it comes. It is most likely because you have simply found it so hard to commit yourself to a relationship that you have either been given up on as a hopeless case or that you have never dared take any sort of plunge even into the shallows of a relationship. When it comes down to it, you hate being alone, for then you have to confront what is at the root of relationship problems, your own inconsistencies, as opposed to those you see as belonging to other. Oh, so I am looking at the other and feeling that they're inconsistent, but really it's me. Hmm. Sooner or later, this is the one plunge you will have to take into your depths. All right. Jupiter is your ruling planet, and Mercury is others' ruling planet. Okay, my people. Peace and love to each and every one of you. Of course, again, I have read from Do It Yourself Relationship Astrology by Lynn Birkbeck. Okay, it's a fabulous book. He does a whole lot more than just these rising and settings. He does a lot. You see how doggone thick this book is. It's the size of a Bible. And so, my people, peace and love to each and every one of you all. Thank you for being here at the Ascensionaires Club channel. And this is where we are rising. We are learning about ourselves. We are open to learning. Okay. We don't feel any kind of oppression about learning about ourselves. And we take all the wisdom to our hearts and work it to our betterment. All right. Peace.